Hey guys, Frank here, and obviously you've bought our Carolina Weather Tasting Kit or you wouldn't be watching this. Now, get out your Duplin Winery tasting sheet. It's a really cool tasting sheet. And I've got a special guest here this week with me. This is Lee. And
Hey,
Lee,
guys.
if you've never seen Lee, you've probably never been to our winery. He's been here, what, about six months or so?
Six
All right,
months.
so Lee's been with us 6 months. He does our tastings at our winery. He's going to be helping me along this tasting, and you guys are going to have an awesome time doing this today. So, what do we got here, Lee? We've got some some crackers.
Looks like we got our pineapple habanero salsa dip mixed with cream cheese and some veggies. A little
Alright.
spread there.
Now, okay, so we've got the habanero salsa, pineapple habanero
Yes, sir.
salsa. How do you make this into this cool-looking cream cheese dip we got here? Check that out.
Well, it's as simple as following this recipe. You take a half a jar of that salsa and you mix it with 8 ounces of cream cheese. You whisk it up, beat it up,
Alright.
whatever. Mix it all together and it'll hold form.
All right, cool. So hopefully you guys have already made that and you've got it out because your guests you guys are all going to want to have some of that. That stuff's awesome. So let's get started with this wine tasting. So this is called the Carolina Weather Wine Tasting Kit. So you know why we call it that?
Why's that?
Because it's got a variety of different wines here, and this time of year in the Carolinas, you got a variety of different weather.
Right.
So that's what we got this for. You got some dry wines. We got some of our cool sweet wines. So those dry wines you can have on a cold winter night. Some of the sweet wines, if it's a little bit hotter out, you can have those really cooled down. So that's the idea of this. So let's get this started. So go at it, Lee. Let's go.
Fantastic. We'll start with the driest wine we make here, and this is our Summertime Strut. 0.3% sugar on this, y'all. And it gets the Carlos grape and the Doreen grape for added flavor.
Now, what's this going to taste like? Let's let these guys know. What's this going to taste like if they've never had one of our wines?
It's going to be a light, airy, dry, but honestly, if you're used to a dry wine, this might be a little sweet to you with the muscadine grapes in there.
All right, let's give it a taste. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, yeah. That reminds me somewhat like a Chardonnay or a Pinot Grigio a little bit.
Yes, definitely.
All right, sweet. I like that one. I heard something else about that one. If you're looking for a wine to cook with, awesome to cook with, right?
Very good to cook with and very versatile, you know. Want to add it into maybe some pasta sauce, you know, your white sauces, add a cup of it just to enhance the flavor and, you know,
Cool.
adds up.
I've done shrimp.
Done shrimp with
Yeah,
it?
shrimp. Oh, it's awesome with that. Make like a little shrimp scampi instead of using Chardonnay. You use that. It's perfect.
Carlos does a great job in it for sure.
Oh yeah.
But we're gonna keep it rolling with this Magnolia fan favorite here. Definitely a summertime wine, y'all. There's 6.2% sugar on it. Closest thing we got to a Riesling.
Okay. Now that one, I'm smelling those muscadines in that a lot.
The Magnolia grape is very pungent. It's very offensive, but in the best way possible.
Right. A good offensive.
Yes.
Cheers, man.
That's definitely a good sipping wine.
Oh yeah, man. You totally get more of that muscadine taste in that, and that sweetness.
Mhm.
That's a great mid-sweet if you want something not so sweet, but a little bit drier.
Of course.
Well, what's our next one?
That's this Bryce's Creek, y'all. One of our best sellers in the whites. This is what Duplin is made for. Real sweet wine. But this gets that North Carolina native Scuppernong. It also gets the northern variety Niagara grape to round it out in the end. Give it a floral finish.
That one smells good too, man.
Well, I love this Scuppernong. You grew up on it in North Carolina, especially around eastern North Carolina. This grows in people's backyards.
Did your grandparents, anybody grow?
No, but I know plenty of people who have the vines in their backyard. So you can get sick off this grape. You eat too much. Very, very easy to
Right.
eat. Cheers, sir.
Cheers, man.
Nice one. My cup of tea right there,
That
or
is-
my cup of wine, if you will.
That one's really, that's a good. My cup of wine, I like that. Yeah, that's, oh man, that's really, you really get that taste, that muscadine in that.
Of course.
That's one of my favorites too. And that's actually, when we get to the end here, we've got one of our sweetsers, we're doing a blueberry sweetser, and that's what we mix with this actual sweetser, which is one of our wine slushies. So we'll get to that in a minute though.
Very good. But We're gonna go back to the dries for a minute, and this is our driest red, y'all, our Coastal Shag. And it's 0.3% sugar, and it is just a light and airy dry. Very light and very easy on the palate.
That smells not as strong as that Bryce's Creek, but you definitely smell those muscadines in there. And the Coastal Shag, for those of you who don't know, the Coastal Shag, it's not the European shag, okay? The shag is actually a dance in the Carolinas.
Yes.
So that's kind of what that's named after, is that it's a beach dance. If you guys have ever been down to Myrtle Beach, that area, they do a lot of that shag dance there. So that's kind of named after that.
Yeah, drink enough of it, it'll get you shagging.
It will, right?
Cheers, sir. Not bad at all.
Yeah, definitely on the dry side. That one, actually, that and a Burgundy are two driest reds.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, myself, I like those two not chilled. When I drink those at the house, I drink those right off the shelf. I like that a little bit better, especially on a cold winter night. Those are really, really good. Not heated up, but just at room temperature. Really warms your bones.
Muscadine tastes a little bit different at warm temperature, so.
It does, it does. To me, it pulls out more of that muscadine taste. On that one and the Burgundy, when you don't chill them. We chill most of ours, but those two, man, I drink them not chill.
I think Dave Jr. does the same, so.
All right.
Well, we'll keep her going. This is one of my favorites we make here at Duplin. This is our Pelican Red. And I tell people this is a good anytime wine. A very versatile wine. It's medium body. Excuse me, sir.
That's fine.
But
Yeah, look at that.
you can definitely taste the muscadine grape in this one.
Well, I like the color on that too, man. It's not too red. It's not quite blush, but it's like, imagine if you shine the light through that, it'd just redden up the room.
Oh yes, definitely.
Let's give it a taste.
Would be lovely with a nice ribeye steak.
It would. And it's called Pelican Red. For those of you who don't know, we actually do a partnership with the Myrtle Beach Pelicans at our other location in Myrtle Beach, because we're here at Rose Hill today. But at our other location, we do that partnership with them, and they wanted a wine to sell at their games because they're a small baseball team, and not major leagues or minor league baseball team. And so that was called Pelican Red because of that, the Myrtle Beach Pelicans. So pretty cool thing to
They picked a good wine for it.
They did, right?
Well,
Now this one.
this one pays the bills around here. This is our
Doesn't it?
best seller overall. It's our Hatteras Red. And it's around 10% sugar, but you can definitely taste the muscadine in this one. A little bit sweeter than that Pelican Red, but holds form.
And the smell, man, that muscadine smell. This one, to me, when I was a kid, I grew up in North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
We'd be walking through the woods, and we'd see these grapes hanging in the trees. We'd pick them out of there. This one, to me, tastes exactly like eating those grapes right off the vine, those wild grapes we'd find in the woods when I was a kid. Just takes me back to those times, man.
It's lovely when a drink can do that for you.
Oh, I know.
And now this wine is good because if you go to a store and you're looking for our wine, you might not have a guaranteed favorite there. That's Old Faithful right there. 99 out of 100 he'll be there.
Oh, yeah, 100% sure. That's awesome, man. That Hatteras Red. I love that one.
Yes,
What do we got
sir.
next?
One of our carbonated wines, one of the 3 carbonated wines we make. This is our Sweet Poppy, and it's 11% sugar, but has a tease on the tongue. Not like a soda, not like a champagne, but just enough to get those peach flavors throughout your palate. I like it because it's refreshing, very refreshing.
It smells good. This is like summer. To me, this is one of the best summertime wines we have. You can do mimosas with this. Add some pineapple juice or orange juice.
Very good in a cocktail.
Oh, it's tingly.
Mm-hmm.
That makes your tongue tingle. Mm.
In the best way possible.
It does. There's only a couple other things I can think of that does that. And this next one is one of those.
And we're going to go with our peach cotton candy. This is one of our new flavors, y'all. We just released this about 2 weeks ago. And it's honestly, a lot of people saying really good things about it. And from my perspective, it is a very mellow wine. It is very easy going, not as much vanilla as maybe the original cotton candy, but you don't need it because the peach flavors on it are very present.
All right, let's give it a taste. I can smell the peach in that, man.
Mm-hmm.
Really.
very steady.
Oh yeah. The longer you leave that on your tongue, though, the more that peach taste you get.
Well, they say if you want to get the cotton candy effect, you exhale out after you sip.
Right.
So a lot of people say it just coats their mouth with the cotton candy taste.
That's awesome.
Which this one is peach. So
Right. Yeah, and I definitely get the peach taste in that, as opposed to the original cotton candy, which we got coming up, right? That's the
yes,
next one?
sir.
All right, let's
And
give this a taste.
this one's a little bit different. Holds more of that vanilla flavor, but it also has a hint of summerberry to it. And it's definitely a summertime wine. I think we released this around Mother's Day last year, and it's been a hit ever since.
I think that's right. This one reminds me of going to the fair. We used to live, when I was a kid, we lived next to the fair.
Yes, sir.
I mean, like within walking distance. And there was a hole in the fence. We would sneak into that hole. I'm serious. That's how we get into the fair. With little kids, we'd sneak in that hole. And this just reminds me of grabbing that cotton candy. Oh man,
So you got to get it while you can. And you can definitely taste the vanilla in that.
Yeah, that vanilla. Now, what do they do to get that vanilla in there? Is it? I guess it's just the.
All natural.
Oh yeah. Okay. So they just shave that off, put that in there, and then take it out during filterization. Man, that stuff's good.
It is good.
I love that stuff.
And they're starting to sell it in stores. If you can't find it here, definitely find it in stores.
And I'm telling you, that peach one, I imagine that's going to be a huge hit in Georgia, man. That Georgia peaches everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that'd be awesome. All right, so now that's all the wines. So we've got a couple of specialty drinks here, right?
Yes, we do.
What's the first one we got?
Got our blueberry freeze here.
All right.
And this blueberry freeze, it'll get you in trouble.
Now, what do you do to make this?
So it comes with 2 packages, and you follow the directions on the back. It recommends Bryce's Creek, but if Bryce's Creek is too sweet for you, maybe try Magnolia in it to tone down the sweetness.
Okay.
But you add a half a bottle, and you add about 6 ounces of lemon lime soda of your choice, and you mix it all together in a blender, or maybe if you have a Ninja or a Margaritaville or something of that nature, and just blend it all together with some ice and
Sweet.
put it in a pitcher and drink up.
Well, here's the other thing. If you can get these, if there's a store near you that sells these, because we do have these in like some little boutiques and stuff like that,
Mhm.
but you can't get our wine, there's always an alternative on the back too that I see here. So it says Bryce's Creek or a sweet white wine. So if you don't have ours, you can always get this and still use another wine that you may have at the house, which is awesome. And I'll tell you the other thing I like about these is if you got kids or grandkids or somebody who doesn't drink, you can make one of these packs that's in here non-alcoholic, and make one of them alcoholic. That way the kids, somebody who doesn't drink will be able to join
Yes,
in
sir.
without that alcohol in there.
And it'll get gone.
Let's try this. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers.
That's blueberry.
Ooh.
That is so good.
Mm-hmm.
You can't drink it fast though.
No. You get a brain freeze.
Yeah, no kidding.
And it ain't good to have a brain freeze while you're buzzing.
What'd you say?
It ain't good
It's
to have
brain freeze. Oh, sorry, my fault.
There you go.
All right, so let's see. The last thing we've got here.
Got some Old Spice wine.
These things. I'm talking about those Carolina weather nights. If you got a cold winter night, this is awesome. I'm
Yes,
telling you.
it is.
Okay, I guess we gotta finish this up, huh?
Oh yeah.
All right. So we're going from freezing cold to some hot spice wine.
Warming it
Yeah,
up.
just a little bit. That'll work.
And this stuff.
Smells like apple pie, man.
Oh yeah. Well, it gets our Hatteras Red in there,
Okay.
but it also gets our Muscadine cider, which if you haven't had is a treat by itself. But you add it in there, and you also add your choice of apple juice and your choice of pink lemonade mix. You mix it all together, put it over a crock pot, let it warm up,
And that's it. That's
serve
what you
it. Yep.
did? All right, let's give it a taste.
It's got a very good flavor on it. Very comforting flavor.
Yeah, it tastes. It's like drinking apple pie to me. It's what
Mm.
it tastes like. With a little bit tart with that pink country time lemonade. It gives that a tart taste, man. That stuff's really good. And again, you got a cold night. That's an awesome thing to have on a cold night.
It'll warm you right up.
We talked about the crackers. Those crackers, we actually make these here, right?
Yes, sir.
So what these are an onion garlic flavored cracker they're homemade right here on premise. These things are awesome. You dip that in some of that dip. It's a nice appetizer, or it's a nice in between during your tasting. So this is an awesome, awesome kit. Lee, that was an awesome awesome tasting.
Of course.
So we appreciate it. And we thank you guys for being here.
Please.
And please, they need to come
They
down.
need to come and see me.
Yeah, you need to come down. You need to get into a tasting with Lee.
Yes, please.
Sometimes he throws in some extras in there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe an extra shot of this, extra shot of that. But I'm telling you, man, you guys will have a good time. So definitely come see us either in Rose Hill or North Myrtle Beach. Bring as many people as you can. You'll have a good time. It's a party, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
You guys have a
I'll
party?
take care of you.
All
For
right.
sure.
All right. Guys, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
See you later.